We are going to be live streaming this, so you can share with your friends later as well. Welcome everybody to Manitowoc Public Library and our Readers Theater's presentation today. I'm Miss Betty, this is the staff of the Manitowoc Public Library. We are going to start with a presentation of the true story of the Three Little Pigs as told by John Cheska. It is a picture book if you ever want to check it out and read it on your own. So, if it's the Three Pigs, we of course have the wolf. We have some narrators. We have a couple of the pigs. And we have a couple of officers, police officers that arrive on the scene. So you know who is up here to start with. We will begin with the wolf.
Everybody knows the story of the Three Little Pigs, or at least they think they do. But I'll let you in on a little secret. Nobody knows the real story, because nobody ever heard my side of the story. Name? I'm the wolf, Alexander T. Wolf. You can call me Al. And I don't know how this whole big bad wolf thing got started, but it's all wrong.
I see. And what makes you so short?
Maybe it's because of our diet. Hey, it's not my fault wolves eat cute little animals like bunnies, pigs, and sheep. That's just the way we are.
Can we stick to the story, please?
Hey, if cheeseburgers were cute, folks would probably think you were big and bad too. But, like I was saying, this whole big bad wolf thing is wrong. The real story is about a sneeze and a cup of sugar.
Way back in Once Upon a Time, a wolf was making a birthday cake for his dear old granny.
I had a terrible sneezing cold.
He ran out of sugar.
So I walked down the street to ask my neighbor for a cup of sugar.
Now this neighbor was a pig.
And he wasn't too bright either.
He had built his whole house out of straw.
Can you believe it? I mean, who in his right mind would build a house out of straw?
So of course, the minute he knocked on the door, it fell right in. He claimed he didn't want to just walk into someone else's house.
So I called, little pig, are you in?
No answer.
He was just about to go home without the cup of sugar for his dear old granny's birthday cake.
That's when my nose started to itch. I felt a sneeze coming on. Well, I huffed, and I snuffed, and I sneezed a great sneeze.
The whole darn straw house fell down. And right in the middle of the pile of straw was the first little pig, dead as a doornail.
He had been home the whole time.
It seemed like a shame to leave a perfectly good ham dinner lying there in the straw.
So I ate it up. Think of it as a big cheeseburger just lying there.
He was feeling a little better.
But I still didn't have my cup of sugar.
So he went to the next neighbor's house.
This neighbor was the first little pig's brother.
He was a little smarter, but not much.
He had built his house of sticks.
I rang the bell on the stick house.
Nobody answered.
Mr. Pig, are you in?
Go away, wolf! You can't come in! I'm shaving the hairs on my chinny chin. He had just grabbed the doorknob when he felt another sneeze coming on.
I huffed and snuffed and I tried to cover my mouth, but I sneezed a great sneeze.
You're not going to believe it, but this guy's house fell down just like his brother's.
When the dust cleared, there was the second little pig, dead as a doornail. Wolf's honor.
Now you know, food will spoil if you just leave it out in the open.
So I did the only thing that there was to do.
He had dinner again.
Think of it as a second helping.
He was getting awfully full.
But his cold was feeling a little better.
But I I still didn't have that cup of sugar for my dear old granny's birthday cake.
So he went to the next house.
This guy was the first and second little pig's brother.
He must have been the brains of the family.
He had built his house of bricks.
I knocked on the brick house.
No answer.
So I called, Mr. Pig, are you in? And do you know what that rude little porker answered?
Get out of here, Wolf! Don't bother me again!
Talk about impolite. He probably had a whole sack full of sugar.
And he wouldn't give him even one little cup for dear sweet old Granny's birthday cake.
What a pig.
He was just about to go home and maybe make a nice birthday card instead of a cake when he felt his cold coming on.
I huffed and I snuffed and I sneezed once again. Ah!
Then the third little pig yelled,
And your old granny can sit on a pin.
Now, I'm usually a pretty calm fellow, but when somebody talks about my granny like that, I go a little crazy.
When we drove up, he was trying to break down this pig's door.
And the whole time he was huffing and puffing and sneezing and making a real scene.
The rest, as they say, is history.
Well, we found out about the 2 pigs he ate for dinner. We figured a sick guy going to borrow a cup of sugar didn't sound very exciting.
So they jazzed up the story with all that huff and puff and blow your house down, and they made me the big bad wolf.
That's it?
The real story.
He was framed.
But maybe you could loan me a cup of sugar.
The end. Thank you,
You're welcome.
Mr. Wolf. Mr. Tim, that works for us. Ms. Lisa joined us, and Ms. Kristen joined us as well. Thank you for the true stories of 3 little pigs. In between, we have some tongue twisters. Get your tongue warmed up and ready to go to help out with some of our audience participation. Who would like to join us, start us out today? Who's got the first one? We're going to say it, and you can repeat it after us.
White eraser. Right away, sir. Can you try that, Yippee? White eraser. Right away, sir. Now say fast. White eraser, right away, sir. Oh, faster. Ready? White eraser, right away, sir. White eraser, right away, sir. White eraser, right away, sir.
Anyone want to try that all on their own? Who can do it all by themselves? Try it. Try it.
White eraser.
The whole thing. Right away, sir.
White eraser, right away, sir.
Writing.
That's what I did. You try it.
Right eraser, right eraser.
See, that was it. Anyone else want to try it?
Got white eraser, right eraser. White
Do it.
eraser.
One more time. Did you just say?
White eraser, right eraser.
Okay, good for you, good for you. Okay, that was the first one. We'll throw those in between here and there to get everybody involved. But next we have a story called Millions of Cats. So everybody's kind of getting in place here. Millions of Cats is a picture book by Wanda Gov. And we need you to help out with the cats. Can you do a mew mew? What's a cat sound? What is it? Cat So, let me get my paperwork here right now.
You get to be a kid.
I have cards to prompt, okay? So you know what's happening.
I already have a card.
And so this is meow. So you all make your own little kitty sound when I hold this one. So try it once.
That's awesome.
So the kitties also say, "We are thirsty." Try that.
Those are awesome cat voices.
So
Right.
then you're going to get to take a drink. This says sip. Can you make a sipping sound? Yep, everybody all at once. Then you're going to get to say, now we are hungry. Try it. Well, if you're hungry, you get to take a bite. Can you make a chewing sound?
Oh, that's great.
So when I hold it up, you get to make a noise, okay? We're not going to do it a long time, so when I take it down, then we get to set, okay? So you ready with that? And then, in between, there are some mews. Then, because you are the prettiest kitty, you're going to say, I am the prettiest kitty. And it's hundreds of cats, thousands of cats, millions and billions and trillions of cats. So you all get to say this when you want. So we can all say it at the same time. Can you pretend you're the prettiest kitty and you're trying to tell everybody, all the other kitties that you're the prettiest? Try it.
Say it.
And then we'll stop there again. Because we do need to hear our storytellers and our old man and our old woman. So we'll listen, but we need to be the kitties and the cats as we go along. Make sense?
Yeah.
Let's make it work. Let's begin.
Millions of Cats by Wanda Gah. Once upon a time, there was...
A very old man.
And a very old woman.
They lived in a nice clean house that had flowers all around it.
Except where there was a door. But they couldn't be happy because they were so very lonely.
If only we had a cat.
Sighed the very old woman.
A cat.
Asked the very old man.
Yes, a sweet little fluffy cat.
Said the very old woman.
I'll get you a cat, my dude.
Said the very old man. And he set out to look for one.
He climbed over the sunny hills. He trudged through the cool valleys.
He walked a long, long time. And at last he came to a hill that was quite covered with cats.
Cats here, cats there, cats and kittens everywhere. Hundreds of cats, thousands of cats, millions and billions and trillions of cats.
Oh, now I can choose the prettiest cat and take it home with me.
So he chose one. It was white. But just as he was about to leave, he saw another one, all black and white, and it seemed just as pretty as the first. So he took this one also. But then he saw
A fuzzy gray kitten way over there that was every bit as pretty as the others. So he took it too. And now he saw way down in the corner one that he thought too lovely to leave. So he took this too. And just then,
over here, the very old man found a kitten that was black and very beautiful.
It would be a shame to leave that one.
So he took it. And now, over there, he saw a cat that had brown and yellow stripes, like a baby tiger.
I simply must take it.
And he did.
and so it happened that every time the very old man looked up,
He saw another cat that was so pretty, he could not bear to leave it.
before he knew it, he had chosen them all.
And so he went back over the sunny hills and down through the cool valleys.
To show all the pretty kittens to the very old woman.
And you say this with us. And all the hundreds of cats and thousands of cats and millions and billions and trillions of cats followed him. They came to a pond and they cried, all the hundreds of cats,
And
thousands of cats, millions and billions and trillions of cats,
Well, here's a great deal of water.
said the very old man.
Each cat took a sip of water. The pond was gone.
Cried the hundreds of cats, thousands of cats, millions and billions and trillions of cats,
There is much grass on the hills.
said the very old man.
Each cat ate a mouthful of grass. Not a blade was left.
You have to mute. Pretty soon, the old woman saw them coming.
My dear, what are you doing? I asked for one little cat, and what do I see? Cats here, cats there, cats and kittens everywhere.
Hundreds of cats, thousands of cats, millions and billions and trillions of cats.
But we can never feed them all. They will eat us out of house, out of home.
Yeah, I never thought of that.
Said the very old man.
What shall we do?
The very old woman thought for a while.
I know. We will let the cats decide which one we should keep.
Oh, yes.
And the very old man called to the cats.
Which one of you is the prettiest?
Cried the hundreds of cats, thousands of cats, millions and billions and trillions of cats. For each cat thought it was the prettiest. And they began to quarrel. They bit and scratched.
And clawed each other and made such a great noise
That the very old man and the very old woman
ran into the house as fast as they could.
But after a while, the noise stopped. The very old man and the very old woman
Peeped out to see what had happened. They could not see a single cat.
I think they must have eaten each other all up. It's too bad.
But look,
The very old man pointed to a bunch of high grass. In it sat one frightened little kitten.
They went out and picked it up. It was thin and scraggly.
Poor little kitty.
dear little kitty, how does it happen they were not eaten up with all those hundreds and thousands and millions and trillions, billions and trillions of cats?
Oh, I'm just a very homely little cat. So when you asked who was the prettiest, I didn't say anything. So nobody bothered about me.
They took the kitten into the house. The very old woman gave it a warm bath and brushed its fur until it was soft and shiny.
Every day they gave it plenty of milk, and soon it grew nice and plump.
And it is a very pretty cat after all.
It is the most beautiful cat in the whole world. I ought to know, for I've seen
Hundreds of cats, thousands of cats, millions and billions and trillions of cats.
and not one was as pretty as this.
The end.
Thank you for helping out with that one. Who's got the next one?
So I have the next tongue twister and it's called double bubble gum. Ready? Does double bubble gum double bubble? So this is what it sounds like back.
Say it one more time, please.
Does double bubble gum double bubble? So does double bubble gum double bubble?
Does double bubble gum double bubble? Does double bubble gum double bubble?
Double bubble gum double.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, try it.
Double bubble gum double.
Who can say it really fast? Can you say it fast? No? You want to try it fast?
There's double bubble gum double bubble.
Hey, that was
That's pretty good. Wait.
good. Practice that one at home. See if you can check with someone. That works out. We have a game called Zip Zap Zap that Corentin is going to help us out with. So I don't believe, do we get to get up out of our seats?
Yep, we gotta get up our
Get up
seats.
out of our seats.
And how about we form a circle around these 8 chairs here?
Let's do that. Make a big circle. Okay, make a circle. Right over there.
Go.
There you go. There you go. We're gonna, yeah, make a big circle around the chair so someone can go on the back. Yep. Good idea. Sit there, safe. Okay.
So how we build the
This is
circle
good. Yeah,
here?
if your circle comes down here, this is good. You can stay right there. There we go. Okay. There you go. That circle there. You got it.
Good job. Come on, right here.
Good. Should we, do you think we should stay back here or should we come behind?
Step over this way a little bit.
Come up in
Spread out a little bit. There you go.
There, a little more. Okay. Got a good chair here.
Just a little bit.
You can go stand by.
All right.
Bennett.
There we go.
Bennett.
Okay.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay, can we all see each other?
Yeah.
Yes, okay. So for this game,
Benny.
Let's
we have
listen.
to look at each other
Justin.
and we're gonna say zip, zap, zap. And one person's gonna say zip, they're gonna look at another person, and that person's gonna say zap. Then the other person's gonna look at another person and say zap. Okay?
What?
So,
Should we try it? Ashley want to join our circle somewhere so we can know.
There you go.
So we have to watch each other and who's talking.
Got me in
You're
there
not
too?
just going to watch me, you're going to watch who's talking. The four of us tall people will show you once how it works, okay? But the words are zip, zap, zap. Okay, finished.
okay, I'm gonna look at Miss Lynn. Zip,
Zach.
Stop.
Zip.
zap.
No, sorry, I wasn't looking like I should have. See, there's the, you can't just look everywhere either. Oh my goodness! So I'm going to start again, I'm going to say zip,
Zap.
Zach.
Zip,
zap. No, don't you. I wasn't.
And then you move your hand.
Zap.
Zach.
zip,
Zap,
Zach.
zip,
Zap.
zap,
Zip.
zap,
zap,
Zip.
zap.
Zap.
Okay.
Zap.
Oh, so
All right.
kind of how this goes.
Do you want the big people to stay in the circle, Miss Betty?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes? Okay.
Yes.
I didn't even mean that. It just looks confusing.
Okay. Zip, zap, zap. So you don't have to go super fast.
I'm good.
But you gotta point at the person you want
But
to
you're going
talk
to look
next.
at one person and say the next word, and they have to say the next word.
Okay,
Okay, so let's let Trent start. He's gonna look at someone.
okay.
He's gonna look at who's
Okay.
talking.
Zip,
Zap. 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 And then you do.
Zip, one person.
Who are you gonna point to?
Who are you going to point to?
Zap. I did zip. Oh my god.
Who did you?
Okay. Come here. That was big. Where are you?
Okay,
Okay. Should we start again?
Yeah.
Okay.
okay, should we let,
This?
who had it, who was over here? Who's the last person?
Oh,
Do you want to start us?
You.
You want to start with Zip?
Zap. Your turn.
Zip.
You go Zap. Zap. You're on Zap.
Zap. Zip. Zap.
But you gotta look at who, yeah, who did you look at?
Look at.
A little girl.
Purple or the one in the purple? Okay.
Take a zip.
Zip.
Now you have to zap somebody else. There we go. Okay.
There you go.
Zap. Zap.
Zip.
Look at one person. Good.
Your turn.
And point at somebody.
Zap.
And now you do zap. Point at
Zap. Zip. Yes, you. That was.
Point at somebody.
Zap.
There you go. Who are you gonna do it to?
Zip. Zip. Why did I even drop it? I just did this one.
Who's that?
I just slapped my.
Was that a Zip?
Was that to you?
No,
Yeah.
I think me. No,
No, to the girl in purple, right?
Can you do zap to somebody?
I'm in the gymnastics. Zap.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, that's fine. We get going.
It's so funny.
Zip. Who are you pointing at?
Oh!
No, I didn't go yet. The girl. I didn't go yet.
But if she looked at you and said Zap, then you're the word, then you're the next one.
Your zip. Point at somebody.
Do somebody next to you. Sure, you can do
You can look
somebody
at the
next to
person
you.
next to you.
What do I say?
Zip.
Zip. Me. Zap. Zap.
Zap.
Do you, Bennett?
That was great. Okay, now I think everyone that's still sitting down should stand up, and everyone that's standing up should sit down. We'll do one round and flip places because everybody's
With the big
sitting there
people?
thought that was just.
Come on, big people.
Come on, the 6 people that were sitting down, come on up. And if you were standing in our circle, you can have a seat and watch everybody. everybody. I'll see how it works.
All right. We're keeping the staff in
You
too.
got it? Yeah, good. Okay. Okay, so now he doesn't watch the adults do it. Got her circle?
Okay.
Okay.
Should we let Trent start?
Trent
Yes.
starting.
Zap. Zap. Zip.
Zip.
Zap.
Zap. Zap.
Zip.
Zap.
Zap.
Zip. Zap. Zap.
Me? I couldn't. Zap. Zap.
Zip.
Zap.
Zap.
Zip.
Zap.
Zap. What's that mean?
Zap.
Zap.
And,
Zap.
okay, let's end there. Well
I was right here.
Come on, Jim.
I want to say
So, do you all know the story of the three Billy Goats? You do not know the story of
I do. I do.
Billy goats, don't you?
Well, obviously there are three Billy
Oh,
Goats.
yeah, and
And the troll.
yes, I know.
I know the story, but listen, that means this one we get to listen a lot. But I do need your help. We're going to make the sound of the three Billy Goats going on the bridge. So first there's a little Billy Goat, and the sound is trip, trap, trip, trap, trip, trap. So let's try that. Trip, trip, trap, trip, trap. Okay, and then there's the medium Billy Goat, just a little bit louder. Try that. And the biggest Billy Goat on the bridge. Super. So listen closely so you know which Billy Goat is on the bridge and when they come in. And we will begin. We have our storytellers, Billy Goats and the Troll.
Three Billy Goats Gruff, a Norwegian folktale. Once upon a time, there were three Billy Goats who wanted to go up the hillside to make themselves fat. The name of all three was Gruff.
On the way up was a bridge, and under the bridge lived a great ugly troll with eyes as big as saucers and a nose as long as a poker.
The littlest Billy Goat Gruff was the first to cross the bridge.
Little one.
Who is that tripping over my bridge?
Oh, it's only I, the tiniest Billy Goat Gruff. I'm going up the hillside to make myself fat.
Said the first Billy Goat Gruff in his small voice.
Now I'm coming to gobble you up.
Oh no, please don't take me. I'm too little. That I am. Wait for a second, he's much bigger.
Well, be off with you.
A little while after came the second Billy Goat Gruff across the bridge.
Who is that tripping over my bridge?
Oh, it is I, the second Billy Goat Gruff. I'm going up to the hillside to make myself fat.
Said the second Billy Goat Gruff in his not so small voice.
Now I'm coming to gobble you up.
Oh no, don't take me. Wait for the third Billy Goat Gruff. He's much bigger than he is.
Very well. Be off with you.
Just then came the third Billy Goat Gruff.
Who is that tripping over my bridge?
It's I, the third Billy Goat Gruff.
Said the Billy Goat in his very loud voice.
Now I'm coming to gobble you up.
Well, come along. I've got 2 spears, and I'll poke your eyeballs out at your ears. I've got 2 stones, and I'll crush you to bits, body and bone.
That is what the Billy Goat said, and that is what the Billy Goat did.
And after that, he went up the hillside. There, the 3 Billy Goats got so fat they could hardly walk home again. And if the fat hasn't fallen off of them, why, they're still fat.
And so, snip, snap, snout, this tale's told out.
So, I'm Miss Betty, so I thought I would do the Betty's butter. Tongue twister, yes. Betty bought butter, but the butter was bitter. So Betty bought another butter to make the butter better bitter. Let's do that for line by line. Betty bought butter, but the butter was bitter. Betty bought another butter to make the bitter butter better.
To make the bitter butter better.
Oh, that one's long. Can you try it? Betty bought butter, but the butter was bitter. Betty bought another butter to make the bitter butter better.
Bitter butter better.
Come on, right? You almost say it the way you want it. Got that one? No, try it. Wait, I'm gonna start with Betty. Betty bought butter,
Betty bought butter.
but the butter was bitter. So Betty bought another butter to make the bitter butter better.
I want to say.
That's a pretty one. Betty bought That's a tough one. The longer they get, the harder they are, aren't they? We have one more story for you. About a chicken.
I'm not in on that.
Yeah.
A chicken.
So, this one I thought we could all join in.
About a chicken.
Now, can you make a chicken sound? Can you make it sound like you're saying the word whoop? Now, can anyone make a really good frog sound? One, but I need only one frog.
Let me hear your frog first.
Frog. What does your frog sound like? The tricky part is,
You gotta make that loud.
the frog is going to sound like Reddit. You're going to, so we've got a frog. I will fill you in. It's very important you're ready with your Reddit. When I hold up the chicken, we can, well, this all be but remember, it's
Like book, yes.
hey, but we of course have storytellers to help us out with this. Okay, the chicken and the librarian. Nope, two storytellers, and we will be the chickens. And I have one frog ready. Okay.
One day, a chicken came into the library, walked to the desk, flapped her wings, and clucked.
The librarian, Mrs. Miller, gave the chicken a puzzled look. What could a chicken want? Miss Miller guessed that the chicken wanted books. So she selected a few titles, tucked the books under the chicken's wings, and walked